Bitcoin price just pumped 12%. Welcome back to CryptoWealthy channel, guys. In today's episode, we're going to discuss about recent pump of the Bitcoin price because we are above 20 exponential moving average on one daily chart, and this could mean something. Also, we are bringing you the very interesting news about Bitcoin price that could be affected by in the next few months, especially after the halving, which is approaching in few weeks, and it's going to affect the whole cryptocurrency space in general. And now let's get started. So we are standing over here on one daily chart, and we can see that we are above 20 exponential moving average on one daily chart, and this recent pump in the past 48 hours is 12%. If we zoom in a little bit, we can see pure green candle, and as I told you, I actually predicted yesterday to break on the bearish side of this level of support, but Bitcoin instead decided to go on the way to the upside. It's very good that we are trying to on some sort of way close this candle above 20 exponential moving average, but the big problem is coming just after this 20 exponential moving average level of support, because $7,400 is one of the strong level of resistance that we have on the way to the upside. And don't forget that the Bitcoin still did not manage to pass the half of this tunnel, so we are not still out of the woods yet. Also, one bullish thing that we can see on the chart, as I mentioned in the previous video, is the RSI, which is showing us slowly and gradually pump above a level of 50, which is showing us here on the chart that the Bitcoin, whenever is above this level over here, is in on some sort of a way bull run. And for now, we are still trying to actually push on the way to the upside, so we need to see Bitcoin momentum keep going on this way as it's doing now in order to see the bull market and for sure confirm that the RSI is showing us the same thing. Also, very interesting thing is happening on the MACD. We had 3 consecutive candles over here, which means that this graph showed us a little bit weak signal on the histogram over here, but Bitcoin managed to push still on the way to the upside, but those two moving averages are still consolidating below this histogram, which means that we are still, again, I'm saying, not out of the woods yet. We need to see those two moving averages above this histogram in order to say that the Bitcoin could potentially getting into the good big reversal. Now, I also discussed in the previous videos that I will not be bullish before we break $8,000, and one of the reason is pretty clear, which I'm going to show you right now. Switching on the weekly chart, we can see that on a weekly chart, $8,000 is very important level of resistance, because one of the most important moving averages is actually lying there right now, which is 20 weekly exponential moving average, and that's one of the most important for determining if the Bitcoin is in bull market or not. So for now, no, we are not out of the woods yet, and we can see that the 100 weekly simple moving average is making us resistance right now on this candle on weekly chart, and two previous candles over here have a pretty long wick, which I don't like. They were declined very strongly over here, and I just want to remind you that the week is still not over yet, so we need to see this candle full with this body and not return on those levels like those two and see the wicks like this, because that would be pretty bearish sign. That would mean that the bears keep the pressure from the upside and not giving the bulls any chance to actually break this 100, and especially if we discuss about 20 weekly simple moving average over here on the chart, which could be even stronger than 100 weekly simple moving average. Now, if we go on 4-hourly chart, we can see clearly that 200 exponential moving average on 4-hourly chart is right now making us some sort of a resistance, and we need to see breaking up a $7,000 level of resistance to see Bitcoin price further continuation pattern on the way to the upside. Also, don't forget that we are still, if we switch off those moving averages, that we are still in this consolidating tunnel over here, and I cannot say that we are out of the woods yet until we see breaking up some major and crucial level of resistances. So yeah, this for now is pretty good. We have the push on the way to the upside, but it's still not enough, especially if we see the volume. Volume is pretty low and it's very easy to push the price on the way to the downside because one big whale could do that. Now let's jump over to some news that could potentially help the Bitcoin price in the next weeks, months, and even years. US stimulus package might cause modest improvement to Bitcoin market. Now this is very good topic. I'm going to upload this on our Instagram page, which you should check out. But all they are saying over here is, I think people will generally still be holding crypto even after the stimulus package. I don't think an extra $1,000 of extra pay into their bank account is going to trigger a huge buy activity in the whole cryptocurrency market. Now, the way I see this, I don't think the people will invest those $1,200. I don't know how much that is. If we do have some Americans, please let me know in the comment section down below how much money are you getting from your government. But I do think that these stimulants will help people to survive month without selling the Bitcoin, which could potentially help Bitcoin price with not so big pressure on the price, especially when it comes to the halving that it's coming actually in the middle of May, and that will significantly with that also help improving the Bitcoin price not to get any more pressure whatsoever. So we will see how this will play out and if this crisis may be something good for the Bitcoin and not something bad. One interesting topic also that you need to see: Nigeria becomes 8th African nation to welcome Bitcoin ATMs. Now we're not going to go too deep into this topic, but we're going to check the Bitcoin ATM installation growth or chart over here, and we can see potential grow into the ATMs installation, and we don't even have, let's say, level of support on this chart because big exponential parabolic move on this chart is happening. We don't have stopping, so Bitcoin is getting implemented and adopted pretty quick. Let's say in March 1st this year we had 7,000 ATMs installed, while on April 2nd we already have almost 400 more, which is pretty good and pretty significant, which will help also the Bitcoin price and volume in the future. Of course, we do need to see this on much higher levels, but for now it's very important to see that this graph does not making any flat surfaces over here, or let's say stopping into the adoption. Now the next topic is Brave browser gains 1 million users in a single month. Isolation has increased web traffic. Open source internet browser Brave tailed more than 1 million new users in March alone, a tweet from Brave's head of marketing Des Martin detailed on April the 1st. Okay, this is also very interesting. I'm just telling you how the cryptocurrency is evolving, so I'm constantly trying to find some bullish and adoptional news over here in order to see development in the crypto space. So nobody's talking about this stuff, and they should actually mention other cryptocurrencies, altcoins. So we have development in the crypto space, in the blockchain sphere, and also of course Bitcoin. Brave sees increased attention. Some of this attention has been funneled towards Brave, as evidenced by its spike in users. I'm also personally use Brave, as you can see over here, and that's very important because on indirect way this could bring new investors into crypto space, because many of them will also search where is Brave coming from, how it's made, and how it's actually magically blocking the advertisements on the YouTube and in this whole search engine. Survey reflects India's strong sentiment towards crypto before and after ban. A survey released on April 2nd and conducted by peer-to-peer Bitcoin BTC marketplace Paxful revealed growing positive sentiment in terms of cryptocurrency adoption in India. Now here's some interesting numbers. Paxful's survey of investors between the age of 18 and 55 revealed that 75% of them had invested in cryptocurrencies. Prior to the Reserve Bank of India's crypto ban lifting, Paxful said that trade volume in the peer-to-peer marketplace in January exceeded 3 million. So this is the period before they'll actually lift the ban, taking into account count that 93 or almost 94% of respondents invested in crypto before the ban. According to the study, 78.5% of respondents prefer to use cryptocurrencies to transfer money quickly and easily. This is also one of the good examples to see, because people are not using only for the gains, they are using to actually transfer the money much easier. And since they believe that the traditional banking system is corrupt, which is totally fine and excusable, while 64, let's say 65% believe that it is a way to achieve financial freedom. That's probably us, but of course let me know in the comment section down below if any of you actually use cryptocurrency to transfer just money to a friend, family member, or whatever. Growing cryptocurrency adoption in India. Momentum will rise either way. Even when the cryptocurrency banking ban was in place, the Indian crypto community was actively trading and investing. It is good that they are heavily calling on regulation. With the barriers lifted, the momentum has multiplied manifold with million-dollar investment and support. Future is bright for the Indian market. So yeah, whatever we read over here is just saying us that India will get into the crypto on one way or onto the another. And don't forget that the India is one of the very big country with big population, almost like China, if not even more. So that's also going to bring the much more volume into the crypto space when big partial of that population actually get known the crypto space, and to see how easy actually and free is to send the money through the cryptocurrency or actually make gains by trading. So yeah, this is the whole new industry that is going to evolve, and we are very lucky to be in it very early. This is very good news, just we need to be patient and need to see how it's growing. Overall, make sure you observe $7,000 on the Bitcoin price chart, because it's going to be one of the most important ones. And as you can see over here, we did retest this level almost 3 times, and now it's the 4th time. Right now we are actually testing it on 4-hourly chart. We can see this, and if we break it, there is a big potential that we will retest $7,400 very soon, maybe even tonight. So yeah, observe this price action. So I think this is it for today, ladies and gentlemen. This was very good and interesting things to mention. Of course, there are a lot of much details to discuss about, but we're going to leave that for some other video, because already this video is too long. And let me know, some Americans, if we have some American watchers. Sorry for my English, of course I have a lot of mistakes. Let me know in the comment section down below, how do you use your stimulants? Do you have your, let's say, emergency fund? How do you use your money? What is going on with the jobs and with the economy in the US from your perspective, if you are one of those citizens that doesn't have a job or whatever? I want to ask you to hit that like and subscribe button also, because it really means to me to build up this channel for you. And I want to thank every single each last one of you for watching our videos, ladies and gentlemen. As and always, until the next episode, happy trading and goodbye.